Tonight, Fox News analyst Laura Ingraham has been watching the proceedings on the Spitzer front. She joins us now from Washington. All of us on talk radio took lots of calls on this. What were your callers interested in this story?
Well, a lot of people are reacting, Bill, to what you're hearing from the likes of Alan Dershowitz and some other far-left commentators, legal analysts, that this is a victimless crime, that this is no big deal, that this is a private matter. And in fact, a lot of folks emailing in, calling in to my show point out, frankly, the obvious, that it's obviously there are plenty of victims here, and there are health issues involved, let alone the legal issues involved. I mean, Elliot Spitzer, and I don't even want to go into the details, but you know, with the details that have emerged, it's obviously a sad situation for what he could have potentially brought home, at least to his wife, from these encounters. And look, I mean, we've gone a long way over the last 30 years, and heard a lot from a lot of people saying that the old traditional values are kind of passé, and we need to evolve into more of a European understanding of things. And I think with the STD rates of young girls through the roof, domestic abuse still way too high in this country, and it looks like prostitution, including this so-called high-class prostitution, all the vogue and all the rage. I think we have a real obvious problem here.
Well, it's a culture war situation.
As a nation, we should talk about it.
But it's interesting that you pinpointed that, because the left-wing loons, and Dershowitz certainly in that category, if this were a Republican, they would have been, you know, the witch burning would have started. They would have had thrown the stuff on the fire and this, that, and the other thing. And then when it becomes the Democrats involved, then, oh, no, 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 no. I mean, why are we all getting upset about this? That hypocrisy is just rank. The second thing is that Americans are pretty confused about why the society is just gearing toward that. And I have one word for you, Laura: Internet. The Internet has made almost every kind of behavior acceptable in this country, from child molestation on up.
Right. But it was happening, I think, long before that.
Oh, it was, but now it's acceptable.
It.
Did you see the Internet site on this club, this VIP Emperor's deal?
No, I didn't get on that website yet.
You know, it looks like a movie marquee.
Well,
it
Bill,
just looks like, you know, hey, what's wrong with this? This is a riot. Let's go.
Well, I think what has happened, and you and I have talked about this many times, and we've gotten into some rows about this, but I think what's happened as well is, and when we report on these issues, and I know, you have to talk about the crime, it is a big public figure, all that, but moms telling me today, sometimes it's TMI. It's too much information. Do we really need to go into, and I know you're going to do a segment on this, you know, the high-end call girl services in the United States, what do they do for you, what kind of activity? And at some point, I think we all become complicit in this, and we all have a role in amplifying. Yeah,
I disagree with you on that. We disagree about the role of the media. I mean, my role is to educate the people on what's happening, why it's happening, who's involved in it, whether the government should intervene. And, you know, we don't exploit the situation. And I think if you watch the next segment coming up behind you, you'll see that.
Well, I'll be looking forward to watch it. But
we're not reveling in this. I said quite right up the top.
Are you telling me that cable news is not reveling in this?
I'm telling you that the factor's not reveling in it. I hate the story. I hate it.
Yeah.
All right? I don't like to see Governor Spitzer or his family torn to pieces. And I don't like to see people delighting in it. I think that's terrible. But it's happening. But on the other hand, you have to report the fact that here's a sitting governor. He did it. It's easy to do.
Well, how about this? Do we have to report what the prostitute said about him? Do we have to report the transcript of what was recorded? I mean, to the extent that it's being reported?
And we have not done that.
All I'm saying, Bill, is that it's all part of a long trend in that anything goes, that if it feels good, do it. If you can get away with it, more power to you, high-five you. And I think it's time that people like Joy Behar, I saw you play that clip from her, if she thinks that men are all deviant and have these deviant tendencies, if that's what she truly thinks, then why isn't she joining forces with all sorts of other people across the country trying to fight against porn? Why isn't she trying to fight against pornography?
If you have lunch with Joy Behar, all right, you ask her why she didn't say that when Bill Clinton got in trouble. She was Clinton's biggest defender. Biggest defender.
Well, of course. You know, and also NBC and ABC didn't want to report that he was a Democrat last night. They left that out of the story. Only Katie Couric said that Spitzer was a Dem.
Laura Ingraham, keeping an eye on everybody. Thanks, Laura.